Please bear with us. We're having some technical difficulties with our audio. Just made some adjustments. Hopefully that addressed it.
Not seeing anything saying we're live. Okay, there we go. Of course, now I got to watch another minute of ads.
But no, I'm getting some response here on the display, so I think it should be okay. I'm going to silence that. So
Well, if you can hear us, we got a good hand here. We got Kings, Jacks, and Ace Jack here. Looks like a three-way all-in.
yeah, so really hoping this worked. So because there could be some action. It's going to be a good one on this one.
There is action. Everybody's all in. We got a king.
Oh,
9,
king right there on the
flop.
No.
10 would have been the card.
Yeah, I was gonna say a 10 on the river would have done it there for the straight.
It looks like David is going to get up to 37,000 now. No eliminations there.
Yeah, everybody survived.
17K. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
All right, we're good.
All right. All right. Now we can do our proper intro. We appear to have solved our audio issues for Meow. I'm Matt F., and joining me today.
I am Brent.
All right, and thank you for tuning in and watching along with us here at the Action Palace at PBKC. Looking for the hand counter. I'm saying we may have missed a few hands there, 3 or 4 possibly.
Looks like we got 30 players remaining here still, so I mean, we still got plenty of action here to come.
Yeah, we started with 30, and we still have 30, so
yeah.
We do apologize for the technical difficulties, and we welcome you and thank you for joining us and being patient with us as we bring you our 1:30 Deep Stack Wednesday tournament feature to final. All right, so we're going to head on back to the table and rejoin the action. So on to the next one. Yeah, three-way all-in, and everybody lives. You don't see that very often.
And we see Jim here under the gun with pocket sixes, and we got another all-in right now. See if he gets any callers. Ruth here with Queen Jack of Hearts in the big blind. She's only got 15,000.
Yeah.
Blind's only 500, 1,000, 1,000, so she's not too committed here. Only in for 2,000. And she's going to go all in. So we got our classic flip here. Queen Jack of Hearts
Jack
against
suited. It's not bad.
pocket sixes. I'm taking the Queen Jack.
Big underdog. Probably a lot of queens and jacks are.
I have a very bad record when I take a hand in a flip here, and it's getting worse. Six is going to hold here. Aces
only
and sixes.
one queen and one jack was still in, so
I didn't see that part. Yeah,
Ruth really needed hearts on that flop to have a chance, or maybe some straight cards, but she got none of that.
On paper, Queen Jack against sixes is a flip, but when we know that, all but 2 of the outs have been folded, not so much of a flip anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately for Ruth, that's going to do it for her day.
And
it was a borderline elimination either way. Had Jim not won that, he would have been down to 1K. Oh, do we have multiple mics? We got Mike O. I don't see another mic.
There might have been one. I don't know. We got Skip here with pocket deuces on the button.
Where's Steffi Mo when we need her?
Just going to limp in. And it's a dead small from Ruthie getting eliminated last hand. So Jim going to check his 10-9 of spades. Heads up to the flop. Deuces holding up so far. And Skip going to take it down with a bet there.
Not really, no, but yeah, the mic started doing that reverberating thing again. Yeah, I had no broadcast for a while.
I think we're good now.
I had to restart it. Yeah,
Table audio is a little choppy, but that's fine. From Saturday?
No responsibility for that.
You ain't never seen me on here.
They used it this morning. No, no, they used it this morning for the fake show.
Yeah.
It's the boss, so it's not like we can give him a spanking. Like, shut it down, you're done. But Ernest should know better. Well, I don't work Saturday. All right. So after the flop, Mike O, not Mike E, looking for a 7, a deuce, or a 3, and gets none of it. Too many outs.
8's going to play.
8 high. The nuts, proving yet again.
Yeah, those deuce and 3s were just chop
Right.
outs. 7 was the only card he could win it with.
So even if her hand doesn't look all that great, you never know. Other guy might be drawn as well.
John limping in under the gun here with an ace-5. And we fold around to the blinds, who will limp in and check. 3 players to the flop. Queen 9 of clubs for Vic. Jack 5 offsuit for David. Flop missing everybody here.
Yeah.
But we got Vic and the big blind going to bet 25. Or was that? Oh, I'm sorry. That was John who limped in, betting with the ace high.
He either bet his high card or his position.
Probably more position there, but
Yeah.
either way, it works. Quick folds from both the blinds. It says hand 100 here. I can't believe we've.
No, it's. I mean, we had some audio issues, but we didn't have that bad.
I was gonna say
audio
Brian's
issues.
dealing real fast. If that's the case.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah.
He's dealt 100 hands in 16 minutes. Bri, teach me to deal that way sometime, buddy.
David raising up here to 5,500 on the button with pocket sixes. Action on John in the big blind. Only one left in this one. He's got an ace deuce off suit. It's 4,500 more. Pretty big raise there from the button from David, but John is going to make the call.
That's all, Josh. It's hand 100, so we're going to need an extra 3.5, 4 hours on our stream pay this week, buddy. Kidding.
Flop missing everybody here.
Nobody can catch a card.
John checks. David did not see bet here. So to the turn we go. Queen of hearts, and now it's going to be John leading out here, despite just having ace high.
He likes his ace. He likes his draw.
I think it's going to work.
Yeah.
4,500's the bet, but sixes here. You
4
got
overs.
Yeah, every card's over.
Yeah.
But look at David here, reaching for chips, and does make the call with nothing going on here.
River card and ace.
And
Ooh.
it was actually, I don't want to say it was a good call because I don't know what you're calling for there,
Right.
but actually it was a good call. He's ahead. But a bad river for him here. The ace going to give John the check mark now, and he's going to bet another
5
4,500.
overs. A real come hither bet. 26K in the pot. 4.5. It's almost like he's committed.
I mean, I don't know what David's calling for there on the turn. Did he just put him on an ace and? But I mean, even if you put him on an ace high, there's the ace on the river. You can't call that bet, and he will fold. We got Benny coming down to the table, so that's
if it isn't my little buddy Benny.
Yeah, that's probably a good sign that we are down to 3 tables now.
27 players.
Especially since we got a seat 3 in there as well, new player.
Yeah, we had 30 before Ruth was eliminated, and somehow 30 after.
I think we can confirm we're at 27 at most.
Possibly 26, because I didn't see anybody come into seat 9. Or maybe they're just fashionably late.
There you go.
Okay, here he is.
Yeah, it's Phil.
Phil, okay. A regular here on the stream.
We got to raise up to 4K here. Still waiting on the graphics, so don't know what he's got yet. But now we got to re-raise all in.
Oh, shove. Graphics fashionably late since
Well, they're getting
they're
getting the new players in. I get it.
I was going to
there we
say,
go.
I said they should be
All right,
popping
looks
up
like
any second.
Looks like Jim had deuces, made that raise to 4K. David with ace 10 suited goes all in. Jim going to fold the deuces, so no flop.
So we didn't miss anything.
Phil going to lead us off here.
Everybody brings food over by the broadcast booth, and none to share.
Looks like Phil made it 4,000.
Yep.
He's got king queen off suit.
Nice.
Going to get a call here from David with ace 4 of clubs. Action on Benny. He'll get out of the way.
Got to be a little Hollywooding there because there's no chance he calls.
Oh, Benny always takes his time. Blinds get out of the way, heads up to the flop here, and it's a jack 7-6. No help again to anybody. Ace high in the lead.
What are you doing, Dave?
Goes check, check, and ace high further in the lead now as ace of spades is your turn card.
Slow play might induce a bet out of Phil. 6K to go.
Phil will bet.
Oh, look at that smooth call right there, like a champion.
And look at that bad river for David.
Yes, it's
10 of hearts on the river, giving Phil that straight.
It is very bad. Oh, wow.
And Phil going to bet 15K. I don't see David getting away from this.
Yeah, we
especially
talked about it a lot. I love the slow play, but sometimes that happens.
Well, you also got to play the player, and Phil's more than capable of bluffing at any point.
Right, but he's
unfortunately
got the
here,
stone cold nuts here. R. Hagen says, "Let's go, Skip." Joining us from YouTube land.
Yeah, we're on YouTube, we're on Twitch, now we're on Facebook, Twitter,
and X. You know, they changed it, the Tweedles, whatever it is.
Twitter.
Okay. You darn kids and your technology. And R. Hagen says, Skip is the GOAT. Mike O.
Is that a raise?
Yeah, that's a
6K?
raise. Looks
Yep.
to 6, yeah.
Makes it 6K with ace-9 offsuit.
Okay, and there's Skip. Getting a massage, not too not too anxious to jump into the action here. Just seems to be enjoying his afternoon.
Yeah, Phil will get out of the way as well, so no callers there for Mike.
Okay, the player counter down to 26. We had 52 entrants today, which means we're playing down to the end, but we'll be paying out 6 spots today.
Yep. Get you guys payouts shortly.
Yeah, we it's almost like we have a tournament director for that sort of thing, but I don't know. We don't have the payout sheet right now. We all love Joey, and I'm only kidding. Joey kind of gave me that look like, oh, you want to deal tournament every day next week, don't you?
Yeah, I didn't say anything. It was him. Not for me.
Nah, he told me he already turned in the list for the moneymaker, so womp womp. And speaking of the moneymaker, October 23rd through November 4th, the Moneymaker Tour returns
Coming
to
up.
PBKC. 29 events, variety of games, Big O, Hold'em, Horse, PLO, and various buy-in levels anywhere from 186 all the way up to the $500 main event. Definitely a game for everybody in this series. Head to pbkennelclub.com for more information.
Orlando against Phil here. Phil getting the best of this flop.
Yeah.
And Orlando doesn't have much in chips here.
STZ Ezerty, I hope I'm pronouncing that acronym correctly. How do you get onto the stream table when you come to PBKC? Well, just sign up for any of our tournaments going on Wednesday through Saturday. And
Day tournaments.
Yeah, the day tournaments. Day tournaments, just like Brent said. And hopefully your table gets selected. We take a table from the ongoing tournament at random and bring them downstairs to our featured table. If you don't get lucky in that aspect, just be there at the end.
Because just make the final table.
We go feature to final. And hot off the presses, this just in our payout sheet. And
thank you.
I said earlier, thank you, Joey. Please don't make me deal tournament next week. Sixth place is going to make 307 today. Fifth place will receive 400. Fourth will receive 546. Third will receive 790. Second will win $1,206, and to the winner today, $1,951 in our 3K guarantee prize pool, which I believe had just over 4,000 in it total. Oh, I'm wrong, 5,200. Undershot it a little bit.
100 for each entry, easy enough. Yeah, we got action going around to Mike O in the big blind. He's not going to play for 1,500. He's going to put it all in.
Well, he's suited. That's my favorite thing that the players say. When they go,
yeah, he's got 16,500 with an ace-10 of diamonds. Action back over to Jim with a king-8 offsuit. I can't see him calling.
Yeah, he's probably wondering, how did I get involved in this somehow?
Well, he limped in. And he's easy enough to fold.
Limping bad.
John also has an ace-10, not suited, and he's already folded.
Yep.
No thought required for him.
Another way to get on our poker stream, we'll be streaming many events of the Moneymaker Tour. Come on down and just play the moneymaker event, and there'll be at least a chance for you to get on our feature table.
All right, nobody had a hand until the button here. Now Jim on the button with Queen Jack off suit, but right behind him, Mike O with queens.
Two ladies at the same time.
And Mike O doing that same move he did last time, this time with a little more chips. And Orlando also going to go all in. We don't see what he has yet.
Oh, he's got the bullets. Oh, and that's bad. And that Queen
and
Jack
everybody
is
all
news
in
for Mike because there's only one card he can catch.
Did Jim go all in originally? I didn't see that. I thought he just made a little raise. Or did he snap call 2 all ins? I can't imagine he just snap called 2 all ins.
No, he just raised, and Mike snapped
all in
with the queens.
Orlando went all in.
Right.
Why did Jim get all in is my question.
Double kill.
That was an interesting play there.
Orlando eliminates Jim and Mike O.
What a spot to have aces there.
Wow, the action drove itself. He's sitting there with aces, and I'm like, shoving ahead of me? I guess I call with these pocket aces.
I just don't get the call with the Queen Jack there after you see a shove and a snap call.
A snap shove and a snap call.
He wasn't that low on chips. He still had like 20-some thousand. Orlando got all those chips.
Excited,
he's trying to get out of the small blind now. He can afford it.
Come on now. You get all the chips, but you do not get the button. Yet.
Benny here with an ace-8 off suit.
Has Skip played a hand yet?
Benny
He's getting stuff like 9 deuce.
3,500.
I wouldn't blame him if he didn't, but.
No, and I believe it was a chip leader coming in, so he's just relaxing, getting that massage. You know, he's got chips. Doesn't have to worry about that right now.
Right. Needs a little better cards. Did Thanos snap his fingers? Because the player counter just went down to 22 in like one shot.
All right, so Benny getting 2 callers here. Phil flopping a second nut flush draw. Benny and David not having much going on here. Benny choosing to not c-bet, and now Phil going to put out 2,500 into a 13K pot with the flush draw. David getting out of the way with queen high, and Benny going to stick around with that ace-8. And Phil does not hit his flush, but he hits his king, putting him in the lead for sure now, 92% to take this hand down. And he's going to go all in. Benny here with just 24,000 remaining.
Yeah, Benny has a wide range, but he's also a good player. So, yeah, no surprise seeing a fold there. And Georgia's own Patrick Tiller coming in the deal here in a moment. He's a very large, looming presence. And I'm not just saying that because he's hovering over the camera.
We got an all in from Benny here with ace-queen. Coming over the top of John's raise to 3,500. Unless Orlando's cards are misreading here, I don't think there's much of a decision for him, but he's thinking this over.
Did you just try to check, or did I read that wrong?
Back to the original Razor John, who again, just like when he had the King 8, I can't see him calling this with
No.
King 10 off suit. And there's the fold.
The old just kidding raise. All right, so Brian's off, and we got Patrick coming in to deal now.
Chip counts for you guys. Phil now taking a pretty decent lead, 111,000, 29% of the chips in play. John in second with 77, Orlando with 72, Skip 63. Then a little drop off down to Benny with 31.5, Vic with 22.5, and David hanging on here with just 6,500.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't sing like ever. Wherever he is on the planet, Simon Cowell just looked up and said, I told him never to sing again. And VPIP, we like VPIP. There's David on top, followed closely by Phil. Very aggressive players.
Skip 4%. You were mentioning he wasn't playing any hands.
So, well, VPIP, he had to have played one to get that 4%.
I think he played the first one we saw.
Okay.
Maybe that was when we were like figuring out the
like,
mics too.
Yeah, he keeps getting stuff like 9 deuce and 8-3. So it's hard to play when the cards are that dead.
David here, seeing a king going all in. He's, again, only got 6,500.
He's
so
on the button. That move might be a little hasty. Pretty sure he could do better.
I like the play.
I mean, I'd much rather have ace rag there for at least the straight possibilities.
He's going to get called by John, but I mean, he's ahead here. 54%. It's a flip, pretty much. 54-46. King 5 against 10-8.
Ooh, and there's a 5.
5 doesn't change much. Ooh, all spades, though, giving a draw.
Straight draw, nope.
All right, a second. Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
It is a straight.
He did. The 9 was the straight.
It is a straight, and David hits trips on the river, but it's not enough.
Nothing worse than drawing dead and getting there.
Wow. So that's going to do it for David. We are approaching 2 tables.
I mean,
showing 21 in the top right.
Is this the death table?
It's that time of the tournament. It'll slow down here. We get close to the final table.
From the future.
All right, folds around to the blinds here, and John going to raise it up big time with the king-queen. Quick fold from Benny.
Oh, and here comes the train wreck, Jeff. We've got a cast of the usual suspects on our streaming table, and well, this guy just might be the team captain.
Yeah, we got Jeff, we got Phil, we got Skip, and we got Benny.
Yeah, it's almost like we got a final table already.
Phil going to raise it up 6,500 under the gun here with king-queen again. Seen that hand a lot so far. And John going to go all in with pocket threes on the button, and he's got 87,000 here. I don't really understand this move, especially since Phil's got 104,000.
Yeah, but well, like I said before, Phil's got range, but dude, not that much.
That's that is not an advised play right there. I mean,
that's
you got 80,000 chips. Phil's got you covered. Phil raises under the gun to 6,500,
right.
And you're gonna go all in with threes. I mean, he gets away with it here because luckily for him, Phil only had king-queen off, but he has any premium high pocket pair, you're
Definitely
putting 80K in the middle without seeing a flop with just threes. I don't like that.
definitely gutsy move.
I don't know if gutsy is the word I'd use there, but
well, it's the most PG rated
yeah,
one
yeah.
I can use on the stream. No, I had another word for it, but I don't think it's allowed on the stream, so you can probably guess.
Not much action here this hand. Looks like Benny folds. Once again, we are blind versus blind. Skip with a 5-4 offsuit will limp in, and Phil with a 6 deuce offsuit will
Watch him 3x. No?
check.
I've seen him do that before, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't have been surprised.
Well, there's a 6.
Phil getting the only piece of this with a 6, and he will bet it. And Skip will.
Oh, the little min bet.
Get
And
out of the
Skip's
way.
like, you're not milking me. Get out of here with that. All right, we're going to start off with Orlando under the gun this time. A little 8-7. Fold-a-rama all the way to Benny. Guarantee if that was suited, he would have called.
Skip with a
That's
jack
worth
9 of clubs on the button. This is somewhat playable, obviously.
It's
And
it's the
he-
most playable one we've
Yeah.
seen so far.
It's got to
this
look like
hand.
aces to Skip.
I know, after all those 9 deuces and
And sure enough, he's raising
7
this up to
threes and-
6,000. Phil with a 4-3 of diamonds going to make the call from the
Yeah.
small blind. Jeff 9-4 offsuit. He's going to let these other two battle it out. So heads up to the flop.
that's what Benny had, except he wasn't suited. And still hits a queen.
Queen, queen, 3.
Or, sorry, hits a 3.
Yeah.
Not a queen. He doesn't have a queen. Bad Matt. And Skip's going to try to buy this, and Phil's like, are you kidding me? I got low pair. You're not going to push me off.
Phil making the call here. Turn card 7 of spades. And now Phil going to see where he's at. Looks like 6,000 is the bet.
Blinds are currently 1,000, 2,000 with a 2,000 Annie. There are Hagen. Small blind special for Phil there. It
Nope,
is
Skip
3.
gets out of the way. Benny with an ace-6 offsuit here. He's sitting at 27,000 in chips.
Ace
And
Ragville, population, Skip, and Benny.
is that just a limp? That is just a limp.
Wow, that is shocking. And actually, it's not 1-2-2, R. Hagen. It's 1,000, 1,500, 1,500.
That is not a limp from Jeff. That is a
Oh.
big raise with a jack-8 offsuit if we're reading that correctly.
J is for Jeff.
Going to raise all but 3,000 of his chips. 38,000 to go.
Orlando going for the Academy Award this year. with his performance, there's zero chance he calls with 7 deuce offsuit.
Yeah, we saw him do this before too. I don't know. Again, unless there's a misread, but I'm going to go with he just likes to make people think
Powerful.
he's always
Powerful
making
powerful drama
strong
there.
folds. I don't know.
That was was right up there with Pacino going, "You're out of order, and you're out of order." Oh, I forgot you don't watch movies.
Yes.
You
said
no clue what I'm talking about.
No, I don't. And Jeff going to take that one down.
So I got a little ahead of myself. It wasn't 1-2-2, but I think it is now. Unless he doesn't have any change. No, he's got change.
Actually,
Well, it still might be 1,500 to play, but it's definitely not hand 115.
I think it's 2,000, right? There's 2,000 in the middle. That's usually the best
Yeah.
indicator. So yeah, blinds are up. Graphics,
Yeah, so it's
graphics will get
1,500.
updated.
Yeah, this is the first hand though. The
Yeah.
horn, or not the horn, but you know, the seatbelt light on the plane. Jeff playing the Kennel Club hand, especially suited, showing it the proper respect. What a shame it didn't flop anything, though. Phil got the best of that because Phil always gets the best of it when he plays 4-3.
Does seem to happen that way.
That's like his hand, man. 4-3 for Phil, and he's just dominant. And it's gonna win again. Two pair, eights and trays, as long as he doesn't fold.
And he's betting it as well.
Jeff can only beat a bluff here with his K9, and he'll let it go.
So Phil continuing to stack chips over there. He's increasing his chip lead over the table.
Yeah, one of our colleagues, the Brooklyn B-Man, a big fan of aggression and that style of play, and Phil's certainly putting it on right now. Doesn't seem to matter the chip stacks of his opponents, his own, or what he has in his hand. He's here to play.
Phil now up to 126,000 in chips, and he's limping in here with a King 4 offsuit.
Normally I'd say I don't like this style of hand, but with the way Phil's going, who am I to judge? And against Queen 4 and King Deuce, I actually kind of like it. Not anymore.
Well, 10-5 in that hand, yeah.
Yeah.
10-5 not hitting anything, but Jeff hitting top pair here.
Yeah, Jeff
well, two pair actually.
Yeah, he flops two pair, so puts a little 5K bet out there. Nothing too spectacular. Yeah, it's hard to get value in a hand like that.
Skip going to lead us off here. He's going to lay down a 10-3 offsuit. Speaking of that, Jeff's got the same thing. Phil, though, going to limp in here with 4 deuce of diamonds before we get to Jeff. So we see Orlando raising it up here to 15,000 with King Jack offsuit. Now we got John. John folded Ace Queen there, but he goes all in for 80K with pocket threes. I'm confused.
And Phil's got a 4.
But
so
Phil,
yeah,
Phil makes a $13,000 call here with 4 high.
He's got.
and
I got a 4 though.
Flop.
It worked like the last 3 times I did it. So.
And he's got a gut shot
Yeah,
here.
he's got a gutter. So
checks it to Orlando, who's just got king high. Don't let him see a free card here.
Yeah, I think Orlando. He hasn't been at this table long, but
Well, we've seen him do all this posturing with like 7 deuce offsuit, and there's a
free
check.
card for Phil. That's so dangerous.
Not going to pay there, but now it picks him up a ton more
Wow,
outs.
an incredible amount of outs.
And I'm actually surprised to see Phil checking there.
Yeah, all the diamonds.
And now let's see if Orlando actually pulls the trigger with this bet. He's counting out chips. But I wouldn't be surprised to just see a check.
At this point, he's got to know. Phil's thinking, check
there's
again,
a
I
check.
dare you. Wow.
And
there's
it's head
a
of
diamond.
diamonds. You
Just
deserve it.
Gave Phil the pot there. Now, I do think we do have a bit of an unfair advantage over Orlando because we've seen Phil play. Like, even if we couldn't see the cards, we've still seen him play and the kind of hands and the kind of range that he has. You cannot give Phil 2 free cards. You can't even give him
What's
one
going
free
on
card.
here? Why is
no
he all
idea.
in?
What in the hay?
I don't know what we're watching here.
He was just sitting there thinking, and all of a sudden he was all in. And
That move
was
would have
like,
worked on the flop of the turn. Why are you going to do it on the river
And
after
Phil
you're
was
guaranteed
like,
a king high and the other guy bets into you?
If you have runner flush as well, congratulations. I'm definitely calling.
Oh man,
That was a puzzlement. Joey, do you see Rod Serling anywhere up there? Because I could have sworn I'm expecting him to walk through that door any second after that move. They're like, today's game will be dealt in the Twilight Zone.
well, we've seen some questionable plays
that
here.
is-
That now
That was a
goes
shocker.
to the top of the list.
And Phil will appreciate the handout there. Of,
Yeah, he will.
I'm not sure how much he had.
I mean, he was
had
already the leader.
126. Now he's got 196, so
Yeah.
about 70K free chips. It's always nice.
Tell you what, nobody does that when I run a runner a flush. Nobody. It's never happened to me ever in life. I kind of wish it would. He's just got that kind of moxie. All right, here's Benny with the Kennel Club hand.
So we saw Phil raise to 6,500 with the ace deuce of hearts here. Benny with a king 9 off will fold and
You
skip.
disrespect the Kennel Club hand.
Skip with more of the cards we've been
9-5.
seeing him the whole time.
At least you can
9-5
make a straight out
offsuit.
of that. I know it's a long shot, but it
Hasn't folded yet, but yeah,
he's
there it
folding
is.
there. He is just card dead today. And he was chip leader when we consolidated from 4 tables to 3.
Yeah.
Skip was. And he's just, ugh. It's hard to describe just how card dead he is. He's just getting blinded. Death by 1,000 cuts so far. Taylor's looking around wondering what the flip happened. How do I only have like 6 people here? Okay, it looks like at this point we consolidated
We are down to 2 tables.
to 2 tables, yeah. To our featured table.
Yeah, we see Gene coming in here, another regular.
Can't say I'm a fan of his hat. Fins up.
Yeah. They're battling for the worst in the division.
Yeah. That's how bad it is. Yeah. My Dolphins are 2-3 and still have a chance in that division.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
Better get a quarterback quicker. You're not going to be saying that much longer.
I'm thinking about trying out. Keeps going like this.
All right, Benny going to limp in on the button here. Skip going to limp in, and Phil will check. So looks like 4 players. Did Jeff get in there too early?
I believe so. Watch, we can't see the cards. The graphics are a little bit behind. Watch, Skip has a monster. No? Yep, so
And
Jeff
will
bet,
take it down.
and everybody laid it down. I said it would happen like that. The one time we don't have graphics, Skip's got like kings or something. All right, Foldorama, it seems, all the way around to Skip. I'm sorry, to Benny. I was just a little ahead of myself.
No, it looks like we got Bo doing something, right? Because Phil, there's a chip in front of Bo. So I don't know. Yeah, Bo raised to 5 because you see Phil calling the 5 there. Action now on Jeff. He'll lay it down, so it's going to be Phil.
4K into the pot, and he lays it down. The hands must have been truly bad.
Hey, he's getting up to leave. Maybe he just had to take a quick little restroom break or something. Grab a drink. Phil checks to Bo.
Bo
And
knows.
Phil all in, and
Wow.
Bo snap calls.
Phil, bro, save it for the bounty tournament, man.
King, queen of diamonds. You
King,
just
queen
got to
of
draw.
diamonds with
But
that
everything
big
I've
flush
seen
draw.
today, I got a diamond
Ace.
coming.
No,
I got a diamond
not
coming.
there.
Yep.
And a diamond.
Yeah, I mean,
Deuce of diamonds on
Phil-
the river.
Phil has been running amazing.
Phil.
Was
Like-
given a gift from that Orlando hand,
Right.
an absolute gift, and now here, I mean, it's tough. If he's got a draw, it's tough to see him not hitting it at this point.
I was just kind of joking, but seriously, Phil, save this for the bounty tournament, man. You'll make a lot more money. He'd have like 5 bounties by now, just on this table.
It's gonna for sure bring him over the 200K chip mark.
And we don't know what kind of chip stacks we've got at the other tables, but it's a safe bet Phil's the tournament chip leader. So 1 hand and 1 elimination.
Down to at most 17 players now. Got another under the gun raise. This one going up to 6K. Still waiting to get our graphics back here. We got a re-raise.
I mean, they do have to put in all these new players, but they're getting knocked out faster than they can put them in. It's a conundrum.
There we go. John's going to re-raise. John
There,
likes
that's
these
the
low
raise.
pocket
Yeah, these
pairs.
5s.
We see Stu raising to ace jack of diamonds. John comes over the top to 20,500 with these 5s. And Stu drops the ace jack. So both times it's worked. That one a little less reckless than the one before.
Yeah, the
but
3s with the all in.
Yeah, that was against
wow.
Phil. It was just unnecessary, but this one's still very aggressive.
But it got the job done.
And an under the gun,
Wow,
all in
with
from
kings
Vic.
you really want to have more chips when that happens. Skip with 7-4. Skip can't catch a hand here today.
Yeah, down
Yeah, and you can see it.
46,000 in chips.
The disgust fold.
And no takers for those
Right,
pocket
I
kings. And he'll show 'em.
Kings are nice, but when people have things like 8-3 and 7-4, hard to get action. Phil didn't have 4-3 off. Vic so would have got action. But Vic, one of the shorter stacks here at the table. So anytime you can pick up a free round of antes and blinds right before the big blind gets to you, it's always a big help.
Yes and no. I mean, obviously it helps, but when you got kings and you're that short,
Well, yeah,
you're looking for a double up or
you
more.
wanted the action, of course.
Yeah, I'd be disappointed. Especially
Humans are bots says, I saw Skip's dusty posterior get rockets 4 times at the feature. I'm like, well, I guess he used up all his mojo that day because he's getting nothing today.
We're seeing the opposite today.
Patrick had to be sharp with the glove hand there, goaltender style. Every time Skip's been folded in the last 3 hands, because he's really hucking them. I would say every dealer needs to be part goalie.
He could go all in with any 2 cards. He's got a good table image at this point. And we see him with a queen deuce
face card.
offsuit.
Wow.
That would be a good time, too, because Phil's up from the table.
Jeff with an ace rag. It says, no limps here, gentlemen. We're gonna play for a little bit. A little bit of money.
And John with a 5 deuce offsuit. What is this?
He's like, nah, just kidding. Just kidding, buddy.
I was like, I'm saying, unless that's a pair.
Right, a big reckless raise. He does do that, but not
only
with 5
small
deuce.
pairs.
Yeah,
only with pocket 5s or pocket deuces.
Right, 5 deuce. That's too much for him. Nobody's gotten rockets 4 times at this feature. I think we've seen aces just once.
Yeah, just once.
And that's when
was
they raised and
Orlando,
re-raised
yeah.
and all-in into the aces.
Seen kings once, seen jacks once.
A couple times with the deuces. Steffi Mo's hand.
And here we got some cards. Skip
finally with cards.
And lucky for him, because Phil had ace jack, but he's not there. So
the delight in his face. Here. He's like a kid on Christmas morning. It's all like, wow, a playable hand.
This could have been real bad, because
yeah, Stu could have hurt him.
No, Phil.
Yeah, no, I mean Phil,
yeah.
not Stu. Phil could have hurt him bad there.
But he's still going to get re-raised
all
in.
Okay, it's not much of a re-raise. Vic's a little.
I think
down.
we're going to see Skip call here. Yep, there is the
another
call.
10K-ish to call, and he'll call.
And if Phil was at the table, I think Skip would be all in as well right now. And well behind. So lucky for Skip here. He's
all right. So KJ against 5s.
Just got to hit that jack right there.
There's the 5 though. What?
Oh wow.
What? Oh, Skip is just snake bit today.
Well, it could have been worse for him. It could have been worse.
Yeah. And Phil just sat back down. It could have been very much worse.
Exactly, because the ace jack would have beat that king jack, and he would have been gone.
And, nothing like losing that way and getting right into the big blind. Ooh. All right, so there goes Tiller. And who's this coming in? I believe it's Pawn?
Yep. Action folds around to John on the button.
we going to see a walk here? Yeah, we are going
All
to see our
four.
first
Take your
walk
base.
for Skip, who
Skip,
only had
who,
9.6.
Let's
so.
be honest, deserves it after the run of luck he's having so far today. So if anybody gets a walk, it should be him.
Yeah, so we got a raise from John. We got an all-in
Benny
here
with
from
kings
Benny
here.
in the small blind with kings down to just 8,000. John here with the
Love to
king
know
jack.
what's Phil got here.
Action on Phil. We can't see what he's got yet, but he's the last guy you want to see entering a pot with the way he's been running.
Oh, and he's playing.
Although I think with Benny having just 8K here in pocket kings, he wants as many people in here as he possibly can get.
And Benny will be going for a triple up here.
So we still don't see what Phil has. We see kings for Benny, king jack for John. And
there we
Phil
go.
has
6-5
a 6-5 of
suited.
diamonds.
Yeah,
Oh,
I knew he'd had to have
I got a
something
bad
like that.
feeling.
Suited connectors for Phil.
Well, it's
well,
a very
pretty harmless.
it's a
pretty
very
harmless.
safe flop so far for Benny. A jack for John, so just one more
yeah,
jack, but that's
John.
it's a 2-outer at best. And Phil has absolutely nothing going on right now.
Yeah.
And even better, John will bet Phil off his 6-5. Because again, from what I'm seeing, I'm expecting like runner flush. From what I've seen from Phil.
Nah, he folded. It won't come down.
Exactly.
John's drawing to one card. And hits it!
Oh, my.
Great day in the morning! A 1-outer! And nails it! Holy smokes!
Well, Benny only had
Benny!
8K. I mean,
wow.
he was in great shape there to get up to about 20K, maybe, or actually a little more than that, 25K.
The 1-outer. Incredible.
Unfortunately for him, he's going to take a terrible beat there.
Yeah, that's. Whew. I mean, that's the kind of that's the kind of river where it wakes you up in the middle of the night at like 3 in the morning, like jack of clubs.
Nothing you can do.
That beat was so sick, Phil had to excuse himself from the table.
John with a pocket pair, and it's a low
Oh,
one.
jeez.
But there's no raise yet.
Right. I was going to say, did he go all in? I said, no, that was the three.
He
That
did
was the
go all in.
threes. No, that was the
He did
threes.
go all in.
Now he went all in? Holy smokes. He just like 4X'd it last time he had 5s, I think.
Oh, my
And Skip
goodness.
with K9.
There's not
Oh,
even a
Skip.
raise here. Just
Jeff
all,
with 6s.
all in for, okay, we got him at 211K. He does not have that. He still has, though, about 130,000 in chips. Just going to all in here from middle position with no action.
Jeff
With
trying to get a
pocket
read
fives.
on him here.
Jeff can't call.
That's why he's trying to extract a little information with the table talk. Maybe he can get a tell out of it. He's trying. I got a feeling he likes his 6. Just
Jeff
not enough
has
to
no
go all
idea.
in with
He's like,
it.
why would
Yeah.
you just go all in? And if he saw what he had, it'd make even less sense. But I'll tell
Jeff's
you
gonna
what, I
lay
mean,
it
if John has
down.
a small pocket pair, he is going to play that as aggressively.
Now, I'm not a fan of showing hands, but I would have showed Jeff them 5s in that spot. There's exceptions to every rule, and I would have made an exception
I
there.
wonder what made him only 3-bet to 20,500 with the 5s the time before instead of
Yeah,
just go all
he just shoved this time, and I'm like, buddy,
He
what
shoved
is
with the
this?
3s.
It ended up being a great move, though. Hindsight, always 2020.
The King Jack from Orlando still tops my list,
Okay.
but I can't figure out how John plays these small pocket pairs. Hasn't cost him yet.
No. It works every time.
Until
Except the
until
last
it doesn't,
time.
yeah.
but I understand Jeff is a frequent watcher of the replays of our streams, so I don't think Jeff's going to like that one if he goes back and watches.
Well, if he watches the whole thing, he'll see a pattern for John there. Of
like if they're on break in 15 minutes, and he's like, what did he have there?
It's very easy to put him on a hand if he way overplays it. He's probably got a small pocket pair. Haven't seen him do it with anything else yet. We saw him fold ace-queen like in a snap earlier.
Now,
Didn't
this is
even
how
think
bad
about it.
Skip's running. He's honest to God thinking about 10-9 offsuit. He gave it a lot of thought.
Blind versus blind now. Jeff with a king-8, Gene with a queen-9
Gene's like,
suited, and it looks like
play
we
for
got
all of it. He's only got 9,500.
Yeah, he's only got 9,500. So we do have an all-in to call here from the blinds.
Jeff a slight favorite pre-flop.
It's a flip, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
51-49, and now he is behind.
He's way behind.
It's a
Way
king and a
behind.
king.
Oh, no, heart draw, heart
yeah.
draw. Nope, doesn't hit it.
So Gene going to jump up to 25,000 now. Jeff going to drop down to 35,000. All right, first sighting of ace-king here, I believe.
Stop the presses, everybody. Skip has ace-king.
And John here is going to limp in. Can't tell with the glare.
No, I don't think so. Oh, yeah, you did.
I think the blinds are up. Yeah, blinds are up 15-3.
I'm not sure about all in with ace-king. Definitely would have raised with it in that spot. I know when Skip has covered his Gene, but I can't see him playing 9-5 for all of his chips. All right, back to John.
Can't see him calling here. Very.
Well, he doesn't have fives.
No, he doesn't have a pocket pair. We've already seen him fold this same exact situation several times. Yep, there's the fold.
It's pocket pairs or
he
nothing.
Just loves his small pocket pairs. Yeah. He doesn't go crazy with the paint cards. Not bad.
There might even be time for ribs. I'm sorry, not ribs. Ribs is tomorrow. Wings. Wings is today.
All right, we see deuces again. This time Gene's got him on the button. And he's down to 24,000 in chips. See how he plays them. Looks like a raise going to 8,500. Stu right behind him with ace-8. And Vic in the big blind with ace-10. Stu going to go all in.
With ace-8.
And Vic going to lay down the ace-10. And now Gene's in that spot where you're flipping at best, but he doesn't have many chips here. Only 15,500 after that raise. So I kind of, I don't know. This one could go either way. He's going to fold it.
Ducks in the muck where they belong.
I almost think he put too many chips in there to fold, but this is an interesting spot.
Gotta fold them ducks, 'cause they really suck.
Yeah, but you gave up.
I always sing that for Steffi Mo every time somebody folds them deuces, man.
Problem is, you gave up over a third of your chips with that pre-flop
did.
raise, which was the spot that made it tough. I hate making the all-in call with deuces because you're flipping at best.
Yeah.
But when you put in over a third of your chips, it's
Yeah,
It's
that's
tough to then fold pre-flop with a pair.
which is why I personally don't play deuces
Well,
unless I'm gonna go all in.
exactly. I feel like the
Let's-
move there was to go all in from the button. Because, I mean, I get the raise on the button.
Because if I'm not willing
Button
to
raise
put
with a
my
pair.
tournament on the line with them deuces, I'm not even gonna call a blind.
Yeah, but that's a hand where you really just want to pick up those blinds and antes. You don't want anyone to go over top, which unfortunately for him happened. But he's still got 15 to 16,000. He's still got a chance, and he's in this pot here with 10-8 offsuit. Not much going on for him.
No, everybody
both
missed.
no,
No,
both
Vic
John
got a
and
piece.
John
Vic
and
got a
Vic
piece.
flopping the 3,
Keep
but
overlooking that 3. Probably because Phil doesn't have it.
yeah, Vic's got a much better kicker. John though going to be the one to bet. 6,500.
He's got the chips.
And what is Gene? Does Gene have what we think he has? I gotta think this is a misread. I don't know what else he's calling here with.
With that.
There's no
'Cause
way.
He's got an 8.
If he has 10-8 offsuit, I'll be
that
shocked.
would be amazing. I would love that.
Like, he only had 15,000. What's he calling for?
Well, if I was gonna say, I think he does have it.
Why would he call though? All
I
right,
don't
let me
know.
see.
But Gene snapped all in after seeing his bet with that 8, and I could see the 10 on the camera there.
What?
He honest to God has 10-8.
No, he has 10s, right?
No, he has 10-8. And then John shows the 5-3.
What is going on this stream? I don't understand anything.
Yeah, that's 10-8, bro.
Yeah, so you have
It was right.
15,000 in chips. The guy bets 6,000, and you call with 10 high just to somehow hit the 8 on the turn and win the pot. I don't get it.
Magnificent. Magnificent.
After folding the pair, after putting in a 30 of your chips the very hand before.
Yeah,
I
like,
don't
follow,
know what I'm
subscribe,
watching.
everybody listening. Yeah, like, follow, subscribe, because you don't know what you're going to see here on this stream. But you're going to miss something fantastic if you don't. So hit that like,
It's a
follow.
whole different game we're watching.
And the notification bell so you can be notified when we go live-ish, because we do have the 15-minute delay. I knew it was 10-8. I knew it.
I thought there was no way it could be. I mean, what is he calling the flop with? Again, he's got 16,000. The bet's 6,500. Why would you ever call there? And then he gets rewarded for it. Wow.
Is it? It's not your first day, Brett. Come on.
It's
This
not.
Is the action
I've
palace.
watched a lot of
It's all
streams, and this
action.
one is
Yeah,
probably
man.
the most eye-opening one I've seen so far. All right, we got a bunch of limps here. Over to John. John going to limp in as well. Skip has a 10 deuce offsuit.
In the
He
big
will
blind.
check.
Yeah, it's the big blind, though. Nobody
Yeah,
raised.
yeah.
So he's like, Doyle, don't let me down. And the flop. And Doyle did not let him down.
Check,
Skip has
check,
2 pair.
10. We don't know what Jeff has, but right now that 10 is in the lead. And John is going to bet 11,000 with an ace deuce here
Skip. No faith in Doyle.
with 5 players in the hand.
Ron Jeremy says over 65 tournament. No.
And John going to take it down.
I mean, Phil, where the flip has Phil been? He was away from the table for quite a while. He's back now. All right, Gene with 4s now. Down to 9,500, up to 40K now. So gave himself a chance with some questionable shoves, but he's in it.
Action somewhere on the other
Yeah,
side
the
of the table.
graphics think it's Stu's turn, but Stu is checking his
There
phone.
we go. It's
Away
actually
from the rail.
Skip,
Very
who's
respectable.
got pocket tens, and he's
He's
not
in.
all in. He's got
No, he's
about
not all in. He's got
4K
like,
behind. It's what we call the effectively all in.
well, no, he's all in now. Oh, no, he's not.
I don't know what's
I
going
thought Gene
on.
would have
Yeah.
called him. Yeah, Gene folded.
No, Gene had the fours, not John. Unfortunately for Skip.
All right, so Gene's going to pop it up. A 3X with KJ suited. All right. To the flop we go. And it's Jeff versus Gene. Looks like 7-6 suited for Jeff against King Jack for Gene.
And Jeff doing the old stand-up trick. But it's not going to work this time.
No, not this time. So aces. Yeah, aces with, ooh, monster flush draw. Didn't hit, but the high card hit anyway.
King high good enough.
Yep. Oh, we might have to get a headset for this guy. Walking into the broadcast area. Dog track Mike Jameson.
Oh yeah, right here.
If you're a regular on our streaming content, you'll know him from our PBKC Pick Show, which is every Wednesday. Make sure you tune in to catch all the picks, all the action, NFL, college football right now. And football is king, especially this time of the year. But none to fret, all you puck heads out there. Working on something with management for the Pick Show for hockey content. Panthers off to a bit of a slow start this year, but they already have 2 wins over Boston, so. I'm sure we'll get some NBA and college basketball in there too. College hoops starting up soon, a couple weeks.
Ooh, bad timing here possibly for Skip.
Yeah.
Who's got a king jack, and right behind him we see
Yeah.
Phil is actually at the table this time with
Yeah,
an ace king.
I don't know, maybe he had some lunch or something, trying to.
Oh boy, very bad timing.
Phil, finish him.
Very bad timing for Skip. He got lucky once before with
This is a
Phil
much
being up from the
tougher
table.
spot.
But well, it's actually
Pretty much jacks or hearts.
it's the same spot. He's dominated with 1 live card. Last time it was king jack against ace jack. Here, same thing. Maybe he'll get lucky this time. Needs a jack or some running straight cards.
A lot of hearts.
There's
That's a king.
A jack.
What?
No,
There's a
yeah, I was
jack,
gonna say
yeah.
that looked like a jack.
Ooh, an ace though.
That's
He needs another jack.
that's not good. Yep.
No, and not this time.
For a brief second, it looked like he might get away with it, but
Phil's just,
Phil
he's
gonna
just got the
eliminate
luck
Skip.
today. Phil with another elimination.
when did Phil lose a hand? How's he down to 183? I don't think I forgot when he lost a hand.
He had 196, and then he left for a half hour.
Oh, he went
and
over
got
200.
blinded.
No, he went over
Well,
200.
yeah, he was like 204, something like that. But he got blinded down like 4 rounds. He's been away from the table for a while. He didn't really lose, but
I actually
he
think
lost
that
a lot in blinds.
I think the chip stack might be a little off actually, because yeah, He's got 180 right there, plus all those reds. That's like 220. Plus he's still stacking chips.
Well, that's the great thing about the players going on break soon.
Yeah.
We can re-verify all the chip stacks, update the numbers.
Like, yeah, remember we had John at like 200,000. He only had one, so
Right.
might be a little bit of difference.
All right, here's Vic.
Yeah, we got John with 209. He's got like 120. So yeah, probably that 80K difference Phil should have. Vic all in with an ace-8 offsuit here, 23,500. That
Phil
is
thinking
on the
about it.
money. And you
With
never like to
10-8,
see
of course,
Phil.
Right.
Phil with suited connectors.
Dude, Phil is
he's
magic.
not going anywhere. And he's been hitting all day today. Let's
Yeah.
see if the 10-8.
I mean, you might look at 10-8 and think not a good spot, but he's won every time. So he's probably just playing
boy.
the rush.
And
Wow, and
all he needs
monster
is a
straight
9.
draw, 9?
Or a 10. 9 or a 10. There it
There's
is.
the
It's
9.
just the guy.
How does he do it? It's incredible. Vic, he needs a 10 for a chop. He cannot win.
Oh, man. If
He can
you're
only
all in,
chop.
you do not want to see
Wow.
Phil call
Phil
you.
would just, oh. And Vic is eliminated.
Phil is running as good as anyone can run here at this
I
feature
mean,
table.
I mean, what do you do about it when you look across the table and you see that?
And you kind of know what he's got. It's like if John goes all in.
That's the point. You don't
You
know
know
what
he's got a small
you haven't
pocket pair.
a clue.
all
he's done it
days,
with
all days
4-3
has
and-
small suited connectors that
Yeah.
he's been doing this with. The 4 deuce of diamonds. It's always been diamonds too. 4 deuce of diamonds, 4-3 of diamonds, 10-8 of diamonds. I think in that hand he folded it was like 6-5 of diamonds. When John got him off with the jack. And then one outed him on the
Becky joining the table.
So we are balancing. We are not to final yet, but we're getting
Yeah.
kind of close. So we see top right, we're showing 13. Blind versus blind here. Gene gonna limp. Stu says no limping with an
Yep.
ace. And shows the ace. Stu now up to 53,500 in chips. And what are we sitting here? Are we just 5-handed?
Yeah.
So we got to be
This is
down to
actually-
11 at
yeah,
most
11.
then. At most. So we're getting very close to final table here.
Those of you just joining us, welcome to the Phil Show. And no, I saw I just did that, dude.
You did?
Yeah, like just now.
Oh, well.
Yeah, but there's a break coming though. So
Yeah.
that's
Well, not for another 30 minutes. For us.
Phil with aces. This isn't fair.
Looks like just a min raise with the aces, which is going to get
Well,
Becky
you don't
to
want
call.
with his stack, you don't want to scare anybody out.
Can
right?
Becky do the Phil move to Phil here?
Ooh,
And look
maybe,
at that flop.
Maybe
The suited connectors.
flush draw,
This
gut
is what Phil's been doing all night. And before any of this, we got John somehow in this. Well, I mean, I get it. He was already in for half of it. But now he's going to bet with just a pair of 8s. Phil's going to call. Now what does Becky do?
He will not dare raise.
Oh, he did raise. I'm sorry. The bet was 4,500. Phil
Did he
raised
raise?
to 10. Becky
Okay,
calls the 10. Yeah.
I thought he bet 8K.
Yeah, me too. I thought the exact same thing. I don't know why. Thought that was a red instead of a blue. 9K. And John gonna call here.
I am amazed.
I don't get John's play style. I'm gonna be honest.
Is that the 10 of clubs?
I feel like it is. Yeah,
That's a
she's
straight
got the
flush.
check mark. And Phil is going to get a taste of his own medicine
Oh,
here. It's not going to
wow.
cost him much, luckily for him, as you can
It's
see.
going to cost him 5.5. It's
Yeah.
peanuts. He probably thinks he has a nut flush draw.
Drawing dead with a set of
Right, drawing
aces.
dead.
Can't even pair the
Can't
board.
even quad up. He can't quad up. He can't hit the flush. It does not matter.
This is where I wish we had some table audio
Oh, God.
for this one.
Oh, wow.
Could hit the higher flush as
Don't
well.
put the
Like, look
ace
at
out
his
there.
hand here.
Anything
It's
with
such
the
a
ace
good
of
hand.
diamonds. Okay. I was gonna say, don't put the bad beat on a tournament table. That would just be
Yeah.
hideous. The last ace would have done exactly that.
Would have been funny.
No, that would have been very, very
As
sad.
long as you're not the one dealing it, it would have been funny.
Right, that's what I mean. I'd be like, we'd all have to like get together and chip in and take pawn out to like a nice dinner or something. That was nuts. Straight
I'm counting
flush.
Chip's Phil stack. If those are 20s, he's still got about 240,000. I think he'll be just fine. But yeah, I said before that hand started, can she do to Phil what he's been doing to everybody else? Boy, she sure did. Straight flushed him. She did it worse than he's been doing it. Flopping a set of aces and
Right,
drawing dead
Phil's
by
been,
the turn.
Yeah, Phil's been doing it with like low flushes or a pair of fours.
Yeah.
He hasn't been doing it with straight flushes. Not at all.
And a walk for Phil. Who shows looks like an ace deuce of diamonds to me.
Well, maybe. Maybe.
Oh, we're for
What'd you
sure
say
getting
earlier?
there before break. I don't think that's going to be close. We still got a half hour. Oh, that's 15 minutes in the future. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things I usually say, you got to have heart to win this game. Checkity, checkity. Apparently nobody likes their hand.
Phil must have a real bad hand and never bet. And actually, he's
He
or
flopped a
the
flush.
exact
He flopped
opposite.
a flush. Oh.
I don't think I've ever seen
Trying to
Phil
suck
have
a-
any part of a pot and not bet it. But
Well, maybe he thought if he,
I think he's
He-
still shook from the
he was trying
aces straight flush hand.
he was trying to suck a value bet out of Becky, but she just wasn't playing along.
action folding around here to the blinds. Becky gonna limp in, and Gene says no limping. And Becky calls. No graphics yet, so not sure what these players have.
And Gene's all in, and Becky's like, nope. Flee ya. And Gene shows a nut flush draw. But we didn't get to know what Becky had that round.
All right, graphics back up. We got John with a king 8 of hearts under the gun, laying that down.
The return of Patrick. Becky playing that 7 deuce suited, which makes me go. No, that'd be the last hand. Right.
Yeah, we don't know what Becky's got
Yeah,
here.
mystery hand. No, Stu's got a jack and John's got a 10.
And Becky's out of the way, so.
Well, over to John. Does he like his middle pair with 2
No,
overs?
John's the one who bet. Or yeah, Stu with the middle pair. And Stu
Yeah, I
gonna lay
read
it
that
down.
backwards, but
John, I will not figure out his betting style, but
Very.
hey, he's almost to the final table of this tournament. I mean,
no, I mean that's a good thing. I mean for him because if you can't put him on a hand,
yeah, I don't know if it's a good thing, but today it has worked so far. We will see if that continues for him. Again, money is 6 players, so still got some work to do here. All these players do. As we can see, I mean, we're showing 11. We could very well be at 10 by now. It's not an exact science up there. We're kind of going off the same screen you guys can see at any time. So we are right on the bubble of final table. And we're going to start this one off with Becky. And don't know what she's got, but we know what Jean's got. Pocket Kings with 50K behind. What do you make it? 17-5? It's a big raise if so.
and 5-handed. I mean, you really got to hope somebody has
Yeah.
something if you're going to get any action. And he doesn't.
I don't think he was going to get any action either way, but I think that's a little too big of a raise there. I'd make it like 12, something like that. 3x the big blind.
I'm like, is Bennett still in? Does he have a stack? No, I know, but does he like short stacked or does he have like a stack?
Well, yeah, we wait till 6. So. Don't jinx us now. Don't jinx us.
All right, I gotta wonder if Becky's putting her cards in the box because
Yeah.
we keep getting mystery hand for her, and she's always got her cards by her
Yeah.
chips. So.
It's at least 2 or 3 hands in a row now.
And I'm liking this comeback by Gene. It's very impressive. 9,500, and it looks like he's got. I want to guess by that stack about 70K, ish, somewhere in there.
Yeah, as I say, that deuces to 10-8 hand was still very questionable, but he's made it work, and he has built up a nice stack now. And Stu here under the gun with an
AJ.
ace-jack. He's all in, and Phil.
Oh, this is right up Phil's alley.
Well, it's not suited connectors.
No.
No, I think a 10-8 of spades would have been a lot better than an ace-8 offsuit, and sure enough, he folds very quickly.
Gene with a suited K tray. Can't see
Nope.
him calling that one.
No. So Stu will pick up 10K, and perfect timing because he will now be the big blind. John now with an ace-king under the gun, and
I don't know. I'm really not liking these overbets.
we're just going to go
With 5
45,000
right,
under
it's-
the gun.
I mean, you have to have an absolute cooler to get any action with these kinds of
As I say,
bets,
it's working.
shorthanded.
It's working for him so far today. But I mean,
No, I mean anybody under the gun with that hand. But
well, that one you don't mind if you get all in with. But I mean, it's just you're not getting any action there.
no, that's
I don't know what book will tell you to bet 11x pre-flop under the gun with
yeah, that's what I said. I mean,
any hand.
that's the only way you'll get action. We're talking like aces versus kings or something similar with that betting. That's the only way you're going to get any action. It's just going to be, basically shove, fold.
And when you make it that big on it, I mean, the only hand you're ever going to get called with, you're probably losing to, or you are losing
Right.
to.
See, here's Phil with queens under the gun. Now, do you think he would go to like 65K? Because I don't.
No, I think we're going to see it's still a big raise he's
Yeah,
choosing
20.
to do here.
Looks like 20.
Still over 3x, but a little bit more appropriately sized for sure. Likely,
But even still, somebody has to have something.
yeah, we're likely going to see the same result
Yeah.
here. What is going on here
Okay,
today? What is
wow.
going on?
Queen 5 suited.
John
Now,
making
if
the
it was
call
like
of
ace queen suited,
14K
okay.
with Queen 5 of spades here,
And John is
and
absolutely
now he's all
decimated.
in. And as I said,
Yeah, that's got to be a card reader.
I don't know if it is.
I don't think Phil folds queens there.
Well, the ace. The ace came
Yeah, I
on the
know.
flop.
The ace is a little scary, but
I'm surprised he did too, but oh man. I don't know. I don't know what we're watching here. I actually have more faith in that card read than I did with Gene's 10-8. I feel like that is what I've seen him make loose calls like that before from the blinds. But 14K with a Queen 5. And then just a snap all in with nothing. And yet again, he gets away with it. Here we see Gene making a call. We see Stu all in with ace-jack of clubs. Gene made that limp in with ace-6 of hearts. It's going to be interesting to see what he does here. He's asking for a count. If the numbers are right, it's going to be 28 more. And he's only got 43. So I don't see him making this call. But who knows at this table? And yeah, here's the call. So Gene will make the call of
Suited aces,
28,000
but
with
Stu's is,
ace-6
a little
against
higher.
ace-jack. Stu in great shape here. Needs to avoid a 6 or hearts.
Yep.
So far, so good.
Yep. She needs a 6, and that ain't
And a
it.
flush
A
on the
flush.
river.
An unnecessary flush.
Graphics have Gene at 15K. We can see
Yeah, a
he's
little
got more
than
than that. He's got about 35, 40K. So he's still alive. And the fact that he had more chips made that call a little bit more understandable, I guess. But still hard to believe you're going to be ahead with ace-6 there. And Gene going to start us off here with a 9-4 offsuit. Stu right behind him. He'll lay it down as well. And we're already blind versus blind here. Phil with his favorite hand, 9-7 of clubs. Well, I guess not his favorite hand because that's the hand that cracked his
Right.
aces. But, you know, suited connectors, that's what Phil likes.
He's got a long memory. He's all like, well, I
All
got
right, see,
cracked with
I
this.
see
He's
Phil-
like, maybe I can crush.
What? There's no way Becky has 120K,
No.
correct?
No.
Boy, chip counts, yeah, we need to reset these at the break, but what does she have? She's only got like 30,000, right?
A little more than that. Probably closer to 50.
Yeah, he's counting out 40-something. But yeah, these are the hands Phil calls with, not the ace nine, eight, yeah.
7 clubs,
9,
part
7
2.
clubs.
Phil's revenge.
A little revenge here, possibly.
Oh, there's a 9.
And there's the 9, yep.
And a 7. Are you
and
kidding
it's
me?
over.
Oh.
Don't give Phil aces.
Oh,
Just give him suited connectors, and he'll
Live by
take
the
down this tournament.
9-7 of clubs. Die by the 9-7 of clubs.
And is that final for us? If it's not final, the other table will have 6. So either way, we're going to get at least one player. All right, so as you can see, the players are racking up their chips. We have a situation here where we have a player who is not able to make their way down to the feature table.
Yes.
So we are going to be on standby. Our procedure is if they are still in it with 6 players to go, we are going to call it a stream. But we're going to give it a little bit of time. If they get eliminated, we're going to bring everyone back down here, and we'll continue to stream for you guys.
And, we're close enough to the break, so we'll just go ahead and take our regularly scheduled break here on the stream, and we'll be back with an updated situation as they get closer to 6.
Sounds
so,
good.
Stick with us, and hopefully we'll see you real soon. All right, everybody. We thank you for hanging out with us, and we thank you for your patience. We do have a gentleman in a wheelchair who cannot get down to the stream table area. They just went to six-handed, and he's still in the tournament with quite a sizable stack. So unfortunately, we're going to have to end our live stream here for today. Again, thank you all for your patience and hanging out with us. We do hope you enjoy the coverage we were able to bring you. Make sure you hit the like, follow, and subscribe buttons, as well as the notification bell, so you can be informed of when we go online and bring you poker action here from the Palm Beach Kennel Club. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. We will be having our Big Omaha tournament, right? I had to look at Joey and make sure I got that right. I'm not messing that up because I usually don't do the show Thursday. But yeah, we got that coming up, as well as our big deep stack on Friday, 10K guarantee, and on Saturday, our progressive bounty tournament. And then next week, the Moneymaker Tour, October 23rd through November 4th, we will be streaming not every event, but many of them, so you definitely don't want to miss that. So on behalf of our production crew today, as well as Brent, my broadcast partner, this is Matt saying thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time here at the Action